I wasn't very good at football, so I was looking for something, it's going to be my thing. And I got into music. I come from a musical family. My parents are musicians. Got into the drums, at school. And the drums was just like, okay.
They were calling you.
They were calling me. I think I like the drums because when you're learning the piano, you have to learn pieces, When you learn the drums, you don't learn any pieces, you just learn how to play, how to just make it sound good.
Like some rhythms, bases.
Yeah. And I like the fact that it was different from what my parents did, Studying music together, and he used to play saxophone, so we would just like to jam, We were just jamming. We'd go to the university bar and have a night in the bar, and then we'd go into the music department in the night time, and we would just jam on all the instruments and just...
It is jazz?
No. I mean, I never really hear it like that, I think I don't really like to class anything, because I'm the one making it. So I kind of feel like the less labels that are put in place, there's no limit to what you're going to do.
Exactly.
Este podcast es patrocinado por Tequila 3 Generaciones y Casa del Agua. Jazz en las Rocas. El jazz no es para conocedores, es para quien lo quiere escuchar.
Betamax, thanks for being here. This is, I can say, quite probably a friend. Right now we met twice here in Mexico. Betamax for us in Spanish is Betamax, like the cassette from the 80s.
Course, yeah.
In English, Betamax, because you are the beat behind Soccer96. The Comet is Coming, that's the projects I've heard you. Champagne Dove, and
Commonwealth.
that's fourth project at the same time happening. Okay. Thanks to our proud sponsors, Tequila 3 Generaciones, I'm gonna pour you some great tequila. Now that you're in Mexico, well, really.
Okay, uno más.
Uno más. And Casa del Agua, some sparkling water. That's chaser. Because,
oh, nice. Yeah, I need that.
Keep it classy. Okay, so thank you. I'm excited that you're here with us. Hey, how did you got in the very beginning? Why are you into music? Why are you a drummer?
Well, I always say I wasn't very good at football, so I was looking for something, it's going to be my thing. And I got into music. I come from a musical family. My parents are musicians.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, my dad is giving me CDs, making me listen to things. My mom was piano teacher.
Okay.
So I was just soaking it up, and then I just started writing music on. I had a sampler. I had all my parents' equipment, keyboards, old samplers, and.
Your father plays keyboards?
My
mother?
My mom, yeah.
And your dad?
Yeah. So I was borrowing all their equipment, and then going to the drums. At school, and the drums was just like, okay.
They were calling you.
They're calling me. I think I like the drums because when you're learning the piano, you have to learn pieces, When you learn the drums, you don't learn any pieces, you just learn how to play, how to just make it sound good.
Like some rhythms, bases.
Yeah. And I like the fact that it was different from what my parents did,
Okay. That's important.
Yeah.
What was your first project? Where did you decide to go from, playing drums, to I'm going to take this seriously and I'm going to make something?
Okay. Well, I was playing in bands from about 16, maybe. Grunge, punk, improv, mixing it up, and then eventually I realized I'm gonna learn jazz a bit as well, incorporate it, just soak everything up and find my own sort of way. But yeah, I don't know, I've been making music and making tunes from when I was about 11, so yeah. But I enjoyed the band thing because it's, you know, it's a team, and you know, the chemistry with other people, and that was, yeah, so exciting as a young boy. Yeah.
And you've been touring the world right now.
Yes, I've been very fortunate to travel, you know, with music, and yeah, very grateful for the experiences, getting to see the world, getting to see people, meeting people like yourself.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, let's
Cheers
have some
to that.
tequila.
And some tequila to having Soccer96 play in Mexico City. And so, when did you meet Danalog? Because you have 2 projects with him.
Yes. Dan and I met at university. We were studying music together, and he used to play saxophone. So, yeah, we would just like to jam, you know. We were just jamming. We'd go to the university bar and have a night in the bar, and then we'd go into the music department in the night time, and we would just jam on all the instruments and just explore, experiment. And we were starting to learn to record ourselves, and you know, we were both interested in that production side of it and doing it ourselves, DIY kind of techniques, and just setting up in bedrooms and just recording music. Yeah, it was beautiful, and you know, it's a kindred spirit in that way, you know, and we just grew together, you know. So, you know, by now we know each other's.
How long have you been playing together?
I think 20 years. Yeah.
That's a lot. And when did Soccer96 became a thing? From the beginning, or?
No, I think Dan kind of stopped playing saxophone, and I was just like, why you stop playing saxophone, you know? And then he was like, I want to play the synthesizers more, you know. So I was like, okay, cool, let's do that. And yeah, we just started playing together, and it felt free, it felt exciting, and you know, yeah, I was working as a duo for a long time, like that, and yeah, it was, you know, that. So it started like that, and then out from that, we you know, Comet is Coming came later, as a later thing, because a lot of people were like, oh, can I join your band, you know? And we were like, no. It's a duo, and then, yeah.
Eventually, mystery man Shabaka.
Yeah, eventually Shabaka came along, and
he was allowed.
He was like, can I play with you guys? And we were like, no, you can't. And eventually we were like, okay, actually, yeah, all right, let's do something. So originally that was going to be Soccer96 featuring Shabaka, but then once we started writing the music, recording it, we realized this is another band, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
how the Comet came into orbit.
That's how that appeared, yeah.
Coolness. So you were talking about studying and getting into jazz. Since this is a jazz podcast, well, I was reading about Soccer96 being a jazz band. They cataloged you within jazz. Would you say it is jazz?
No. I mean, I never really hear it like that, you know. I think I don't really like to class anything, you know, because I'm the one making it, so I kind of feel like the less labels that are put in place, there's no there's no limit to what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not making something for a genre
Exactly.
to fit somewhere.
But then I realized that a lot of jazz musicians in the past felt the same way about what they were doing, and that they didn't think it was jazz, they just thought it was music, you know, and they just wanted the freedom to just make their own music. So, you know, yeah, I don't really mind how other people hear it. There's definitely elements of an influence of jazz, but you know,
on a personal level.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on the record.
Yeah.
Or maybe
there's not really there's not an intention to make jazz.
Because we put up a reel,
Uh-huh.
and there was a discussion of people saying like, that's not jazz, and no, yeah, you can understand you're coming from jazz, and I love like we
Yes.
have this need to classify things.
Yes, yes.
But
And I can understand why, you know, I definitely understand, but there's so much kind of other musics kind of being played out in our heads and that we listen to, and you know, in jazz, in the open sense of jazz, yeah, I could say it is, and then in the closed sense of jazz, you'd be like, no, it's not, it's definitely not. So yeah.
okay, and one record, one album, jazz album you would recommend from back in your jazz days?
I mean, the group that was probably the most inspiring for me was called Polar Bear, and this was a band run by Seb Rochford, who was this incredible drummer in London. And when I saw them, that was the moment for me when I was like, I better learn how to play jazz, because I want to be able to understand what's going on here, you know. And yeah, at the time at university, I was listening, I was like, this is my group, yeah, definitely.
Polar Bear.
Polar Bear, yeah, check them out.
Gotta listen to that. Okay, and right now, are you drawing influence, like pulling influence from inspiration, from anything particular? Not
Definitely, yeah. I mean, like the other night we saw Romperrayo.
Romperrayo, yeah.
And yeah, for me, like cumbia is a big passion of mine. I just, you know, I don't. When I play music, it doesn't really sound like cumbia, but I listen to so much of it that I'm like, maybe it's starting to. I want to absorb a bit of it, you know.
So you can get that groove going. Then.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like the way that people can play music that is rhythmically stimulating for the people just want to move. And
yeah, I love like
love
cumbia gets in your bones, gets into your hips,
Exactly.
and you can't stop it.
yeah, and it's very economical, you know, they don't have to force it, it's just the way that they play and inflections, and it's deep, and I definitely, I would love to absorb some of that into my music.
Aside from Romperrayo, any
Sí.
other?
Like Meridian Brothers, I went to see them in London, and that, you know, blew my socks off, as we say. And then, I listened to a lot of Peruvian things, Los Miros, Destellos, this sort of old school stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
Amazing. Okay, now let me go back to the UK scene.
it.
I think that there's a lot happening. I think that these, some people call it new jazz wave. I think it's an epicenter, if not, it's coming from there. Which other groups do you? Are there other groups where you that like play alongside? Like they're playing in the same venues. Any relation with those?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the London scene, you know, we were operating out of the Total Refreshment Centre, which is a kind of music studio and community thing, and that became a real hotspot for that sound. And there were lots of jam sessions and just it was beautiful, you know.
Music
But not just jazz. I think it was important that there were so many different genres of music passing through, and you can feel that kind of like crossover socially, you know, so that it wasn't like this is a jazz club, and I think that was what London was bringing, was that kind of
everyone was chipping in with whatever they had.
Yeah, so you could have like some, you know, some rock stuff, like krautrock, psychedelic things happening, electronic stuff, and it was all kind of like we were all watching each other and enjoying that. So yeah, I think that probably influenced the sound a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coolness. And to close this amazing interview, cheers before we go.
Yep.
Any any band that's happening right now that we should be aware of, that we should keep an ear on what could come from them? Hair, whatever, musician.
It's a hard
tricky one.
Yeah. From London, you mean?
From wherever. Like, what does Betamax? It's thrilled from what will come from this musician.
For me, like the group that I've been listening to the most is Era Subcutáneo, and they're actually from the Dominican Republic, and they're these kids that are doing a little bit like Soccer96, where they live drums and samples and electronics.
Nice.
And I heard these kids on the radio, and then I was just like, yeah, these guys are like got something really unique going on, and I've been making contact with them and trying to support them, and
have you played with them?
I'm actually making some music with one of the guys from Era Subcutáneo, Mauro. So I'm gonna have some more music coming out like that. But I have never met them. Because they're in the Dominican.
Physically never.
Yeah, they're in the Dominican Republic. So yeah, but that was probably the most exciting thing for me. Just like, okay, these young guys are really like blowing my mind.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I will have to get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, where can we keep an eye on Soccer96?
Soccer96. Yeah, the Instagram. Forgotten the handle. Soccer96 band.
Okay.
I think it is. Soccer96 official. Come on.
Yeah, just look for Soccer96.
Official.
When you see this guy's face, that's the one.
That's me. Yeah.
Okay, coolness. Well, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
I can get to know you a little bit better. Gracias a todos, gracias a nuestros patrocinadores, Tequila Tres Generaciones, Casa del Agua, Parker & Lennox, por hacer esto posible, estas pláticas que disfrutamos tanto. Nos vemos muy pronto. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. See ya.
Jazz en las Rocas. Agradecemos a nuestros patrocinadores Tequila Tres Generaciones y Casa del Agua.